So this is part 2 on how to shape an insect. So in part 1 we've did the whole body, so we've squashed everything together, and then it's just the legs and any other parts that are part of the insect. So I lost the sheet from what I wrote down yesterday, so step 2 is the legs. In step 1 we covered, just drop again. In step 1 we just covered the body, just the centre, we ignored the legs and just did the body. In step 2 we'll focus on the legs. The body's done, it's just the legs we need to do. Normally an insect legs, try and zoom in so you can see this better. You'll have insect leg, and then you'll add a curve here and a pleat here. So let's do it slightly thicker. So that's the leg. So you've got something like that. And then when you add the curve here, you'll have something like that. And then when you add this pleat here, you'll get that. And then it's just a matter of squashing all the layers together and giving it a nice curve, basically inwards. So you'll end up with, hopefully, try again. Something like that. And of course this part will be round. So you've got a nice curve. And then it's the same with each. It's the same with all the legs. So 6 in total. Or just what I drew there. So the body's done. Zoom out. Forgot I've zoomed in. So we're going to try what I just said on the back two first. So again I'm going to open up and add glue in between each of the layers. I want to use my wee tool again because I can get a nicer amount on. Again, every time you add a bit of glue, squash it together, then open it back up. And when you do glue, just take your time. Always take your time. No rush. You've got all the time in the world. Because the slower you go, the easier it is, and the more time you have to think about how you want to shape it. And of course, more time to make it look better. If you rush it, you could over glue it, you could do mistakes. You could glue layers that you shouldn't glue together, which I've done before, and it's very annoying. Because you don't realise until it's too late, until all the glue's dried up, and there's nothing you can do about it. So just add a wee bit more in there. just trying to open up to see if there's any parts that isn't glued properly. And don't add too much. You can always add, you cannot take away. So on here, I think it's glued. A little bit down there. Yep, a wee bit down there. So that's all that side done. I'm going to flip it over and do the exact same on the inside. So that looks about fine. Nope, there's still some loose bits here. Right, so that's that one done. You can see the difference of it, the amount of layers. All these layers, when you add glue on both sides and squash them, it's paper thin. Right, I'm going to quickly do the same on this side and then we'll continue. Right, now that both legs are glued, I'm going to quickly just glue this wee part to stick it firmly together. So, not too much. Add a wee bit in there. A wee bit in there. And then squash together. So now we're ready to shape the legs. So remember at the start we need to add the wee squash fold part and then the pleat. So we're going to do the pleat first just to see how much that we need. So I'm going to try to have a rough guess. If I do that, if I do it here and then here and then add that. That should be fine. Oh, that'll be fine roughly. Yeah, we'll do that. Go with that. So, glue. Add the plate. And then fold it all in half. And this is where you'll find out if you've glued it all perfectly, which I've not. So undo it, squash it again. Again, don't worry too much about the edges if they're not properly glued, because we're going to add the MC just at the end. So that'll be fine. So once you've did that, move this out of the way. You've squashed it all together. Now take it again and push it downwards to squash it more. Now I'm going to add the MC. Paintbrush. Got it here. A wee bit more. It's quite tricky because it keeps sticking to my hand. Now basically hold it at each side, get a wee tool if you can and push inwards. So now we can open this part up. Because we've got the pleat, we can fold these layers in half, which is what I'm going to try and do now. Roughly. Like that. So you end up with something like that. And then fold the wee legs in half. Needs more MC. And I'm basically just wrapping the excess paper that are on these wee tips of the legs around itself, just to try and make it as thin as possible. And it will be easier to shape when the MC dries, so you just need to get it in a position, like a rough position at first. And I'm going to squash the legs. Could squash it even more. So basically we've got that. Now we just need to add this wee crimp or side fold. Add some more MC in there. Be quite generous here so it all sticks together. So we've got something like that. I'm going to use the wee tweezers just to help. Oh, that was lucky. Right, now we've got this. Like I said, we've got this one now. We've got the wee side fold in place, and we've got the pleat in place right here. Now we need to add the curves. So what I like to do with this one is take this and push it down, and not just probably a wee bit too much, like that. And this one, curve. And what I like to do with this, take your tweezers and pull it out at that side. So it needs a bit more. In fact, we add a wee bit of glue and then MC over it for a bit of strength. So you've got something like that, which is perfect in my eyes. And then repeat it on this side. So I'm going to do that again. I'll show you this time. The hard thing is I should have did the pleat first. So I try and get it as equal as possible. Probably a bit much. Again, I'm just going to do it roughly. Try and get it. See, it's too much. So it needs to come down more. And that's fine. Yep, that's perfect. So we'll go with that one. So again, I'm going to add some glue first, just to give some strength, so it all sticks together neatly. Going to squash it together, and then squash it downwards. Fold this wee part in half if I can, as best I can. Then add a wee bit more glue up just up here, just in there. Squash it together first, squash it down, and now I can add the MC glue. Swipe off the excess. And now it's just a matter of, again, trying to squash it down as much as possible and keep it as round as possible. So that crimp basically came undone, which so I'm going to add some glue up the top first in here. And squash it all together. See, it looks a bit the same. I'm going to add some glue. Yeah, it's covered undone slightly. Add some glue in there, and then under the leg, and the same here. try to think where 1, 2, basically 1, 2. Oh, that's a bit fine. Oh, this pleats keeps coming on. I need to do it a wee bit more. So I'm going to add some more glue. Probably a wee bit big on this side, so I'll do it a wee bit less. And then we'll add the curve. Now open up these wee tips. Open. Open. Yeah. Add a wee bit of glue just to give it some strength first, before I add the MC. Now we'll add some MC. A bit more in there. And that's just a matter of trying to make it symmetrical. And you let those dry first, so it's easier to shape. So basically it's like that. And then it's repeating the process on the next set of legs, which these will come down the way, and then the front set, they'll go up the way, and then it's the wee antennas, and then the claws. So do it again on these legs and these legs. Look her. Can you hear him? There's another cat at the back door. Right, so part 3. Now that we've shaped the bottom 2 legs and the top 2 legs, again, look how thin that is. It's always good to use the thinnest paper you've got. So now, part 3. Would be, I'm not sure what to even call it, other body parts. So, out of focus, there we go. So in part 1 we did just the body, we focused on the body. In part 2 we focused on just the legs. In part 3 we're going to focus on the other parts, so not the body, not the legs, so that could be, we'll focus on the other body parts, so that could include like the claws at the front, which we've got now, and then the wee spike part. I could also include wings. So that's basically the main 2 parts. There's other parts but we don't need to go into them. But in this case we're going to focus on the claw parts. Then it's also got wee antenna bits at the side. So it's the claws and the antennas. That's what we're going to focus on in this part. So as you can see, we've got, I need to zoom out, we've got this left. So this is the antenna part and the claw, and the antenna comes from here. Well, when you shape it, it will come from this part just at the very top, and then it will curve up, and then the claw will curve round at an angle like that. So first of all we'll get rid of this part, and then it's got the wee spike bits here as well, which I forgot to say. So this part isn't needed, so we can fold this inside this pocket, we can tuck it in here. So I'm going to glue this part first and then get rid of it. How much to glue? Here, just half of it again. There's 2 layers under there. No, there's not, is there? There's not much in there. So I'll do the same on this side. There we go. Oh, this wee bit as well. So now this is glued together, we can just divide this into 3, but it's already been done when you make the grid. It's already in 3, so I just need to reinforce the creases. I'm going to glue this together in here. So we've got this. Now I'm going to fold this down and then tuck it inside this wee flap. Like that, so it's hidden away. But I'm going to undo it and then glue it first and then put it back in place. It's going to be quite tricky to do this. Well, this came undone. Right, I need my tweezers for this. No. So just like that. Right, now we can focus on the last two major bits to shape. FLICKR. Oh, he's not happy. So I'm just going to apply glue to these bottom bits first. Just from here to here. Oh, you wee looper. I'll do the same on this side, just so I don't forget. Then I'll do the same on the inside. And then on this side. Okay, on the wee bit here as well. So now I'm basically just going to glue everything in place. So I'm going to glue all this and all this at once. So what's the best way to do this? a wee bit much. So I think it's all glued on this side. No, leave it up there. Just a wee bit. Then I'm now just going to squash fold this wee part at the top before I glue the inside. Like that. And now I'm going to glue the inside. Wrong one. Still more to glue. Thought I'd got it all there. I'll have to try to get a good angle for this. Lipper. No need to growl, Lipper. So there's still quite a bit in here. I'm also going to add just a wee bit of MC as well. now for this one, basically, we've got, this is the top, so let me zoom in just to show you. This wee rectangle or square is this top part, and what we've got now is one going straight up, so we've got this, and then we've got this wee part there as well, which is this wee part, just out of focus. So we've got this wee part. Now we want to thin it down, and then cover it. And then we've got the wee points at the top again. So we've got that, and then it's the wee spike on here as well. So it's something like that. Oh, you know, it's a terrible drawing. We're going to try and do that. And then of course the wee antenna, that will come out. And then the same again. And then we'll make a wee, we'll flatten the top bit out. So it'll be something like that. So we're going to try and do that. What will happen to you? So again, we're going to fold it in half. Just make sure it's all glued first. And it's not. Not on this wee bit as well. You can always double check to make sure it's all glued. And then there. So now we've got this. Now we're just going to fold this top part in half. And then give it a curve like that. So I'm literally just going to glue. Oh, still a bit glue, still a bit to glue here. Oh no, what did I do? Get back in. Right, so we're going to fold it in half. I'm going to actually glue it here first. Let me just see. Oi, Flipper. What are you doing? So I've folded it in half. Oh, there's still a wee bit to glue there as well. Anywhere else? A wee bit in there. How did I miss all this? Anyway, so fold it in half, And then that's as much as we're going to do actually. Just fold this wee part up, and then basically fold that bit in half, so we then get a wee spike. Now it's just adding a nice curve to it. So I'm going to add some MC glue. So something like that. It will be easier to actually, wrong way. It'll be easier to cover it when the glue dries more. And then it's just a matter of bringing out these parts. You won't need to flatten these too much. I'll add a wee bit of glue. And a bit of MC. I'll shape it more when the glue dries, but I'll leave it like that just now. So you have something like that. And then the wee antenna will fold. What's the best way to do this? Or that way. We'll do it this way. So we'll fold this in half first. And then we'll glue this. We want to make this as thin as possible again. It's not properly glued. So we've got that, we're going to fold it in half again. Then we add a wee bit of glue first. And then keep the last part unglued. So we've got that. Now it's going to curve up. What will happen to this? Let's hide that part first. So So you want to give this basically a half circle, near enough a half circle. Then this part will come from the top, and then we'll open this bit up. Grab it. Open it up. And this part stays flat. And then squash it as much as you can. Probably a bit too much. Anyway, something like that. So I'm going to try and glue this part in place. No fact, should I? Yeah, I'll try and glue it in place now. Another wee bit of glue, bit of glue. And a bit of MC. Quite a lot in here because that's where all the layers are. It's going to be quite tricky to get this in place. Anyway, it's something like that, near enough. So I'm going to do the same on the other side and then add the finishing touches when the paint dries. Not when the glue and MC dries. And then we'll do this wee last part together. Right, so now I've basically glued the two antennas and then the wee spike parts. They're not in place yet, but I'll wait till the glue fully dries and then I'll stick them in place. So now it's just this wee inside part, which is simple enough. You basically need to, you can close sync. Let me just use this pencil. So you'd make a line from this tip down to here, make the line and then close sync, and then the same with the bit underneath. Because there's two layers, let me just show you. My hands don't stop shaking. So there's two layers here, you'd close sync, the top one and then the bottom one. But we're just going to open up, add some glue, too much. Then do the same on this side. So just try and keep it symmetrical so it's everything's being done at the same time. Then I'll open up here. Camera just died there as I was halfway through saying that, so again we're going to open it up and add glue in this wee part. And then the same here. Can't stop shaking again. And it is really handy if you can get one of these wee tools. Comes in so much easier. And now it's a matter of, what should I use? Pencil. Just fold from this point down to this point inside, make a line and fold all that inside, both layers. that, and then the same on this side. Like that. And now let's fold this part down. And then bring out the wee tips. So it's like that. If you can, fold these in half as well, which I'm going to try and do now. It's going to be a bit more difficult than I thought. Yeah, I'm going to glue on here first. Just add a wee bit of glue in here. That's the best way to fold. Well, there we go. So I'm going to add a bit of glue just between that valley fold, or in that valley fold I just made. So it'll be easier to then half the tips. Right, now let's try and fold this part in half. There, perfect. The same here. So now that we've got these two wee claws, this part of paper, just clean it, from here to here is excess paper, so we can bring this down and glue it over this part, so these claws will just be coming out, just the bottom, you'll just see them show, so we'll do that now. I'll add a wee bit more glue here. And then I'll add a bit of glue just here. And then bring this down. Valley fold that down so it basically hides it like that. And then we can bring up these valley folds, or these wee spikes. Probably easier to use the tweezers. Ah. Ah, grab it, come on. Oh, I need to glue a bit more. Right, stay in place, stay in place. So as you can see, you can just see them. And then when that glue fully dries in here, we'll give it a nice curve, just like these. Right, so that's that. I'm going to let all the glue dry and then I'll add in the finishing touches at the end. And then I'll show you what it's like. So once you've glued everything, it will all be in place. And the final part is part 4, finishing touches. So everything's glued. Now is the time to recurve the legs if they need curved. Curve the wee point bits on the legs. Curve everything. Has the body got a nice curve? Does it lie flat? So this part is sticking up, so I'll need to bring the front legs up and these legs up, or bring these legs down. I'll try and do that now. So that's looking better. These could come up a wee bit more. These could come up. Does any more bits need glued? Is all looking okay? Now it's perfect. But of course you can always do it better. Always take your time when you're shaping, get it the way you want it. Do the legs need to be perfectly going down the way, or can you give them a bit of body, make them curve out more? It's entirely up to you. But anyway, that's that. So that is how you shape an insect. And it was on a pretty complex one, so you should be able to shape all insects perfectly now. And the sequence that I showed applies to most of them, or applies to near enough everyone. So thanks for watching, everyone.